It can be difficult to keep inner calm and unwavering confidence in today's fast-paced and complicated world. Feelings of self-doubt, fear, and anxiety can occasionally arise when events beyond our control throw us off balance. In the middle of chaos, this video gives a simple way to stay calm and confident. The Stoic philosophers of ancient Greece and Rome dealt with issues that are similar to those we face today. In order to stay grounded during confusing times, they came up with a view and a set of useful methods. The ideas of Stoicism have had a big impact on current cognitive behavioral treatment, which stresses how important it is to get rid of bad emotions and question false beliefs. As a theory that can help us develop resilience and confidence, Stoicism is a great place to start again. We will look at the ways that famous people like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus developed mental steadiness and willpower in the next few chapters. As you read, you'll find tasks that can help you stay detached from the outside world, get over your fears, control your impulses, behave in a good way, and keep your mind on what really matters. The purpose of the Stoics' confidence is to help people handle life's difficulties with calmness, clarity, and purpose. The way there is shown to those who are ready and focused. You can find peace even in the middle of chaos by embracing the basic ideas of Stoicism and implementing them in your daily life. Even though this ancient view of the world has its roots in the past, it is still very important today. It can boost your confidence so you can deal with everyday problems and reach your full potential. Are you ready to build a strong shelter to withstand the unpredictable challenges of life? Let's start with Lesson 1. The basics of a Stoic mindset: indifference, intent, and equanimity. Epictetus said that people's problems are not caused by the things that happen, but by how they think about those things. There are times when we think we know what should or shouldn't happen to us. When things don't go as planned, this can cause pain and frustration. When it comes to results that are beyond their control, Stoics adopt a mindset of indifference. In practice, this means not getting too attached to wants for specific people, things, or events. You can become more mentally resilient when you actively control how you understand the events that surround you. It doesn't matter what is going on around you, you can control your state of mind. Being able to not care about anything can free you from relying on outside things to make you happy or please you. We often don't expect life to go the way we hope and plan it to. Unexpected events and other people's actions can often throw off even the best-laid plans, leading to results that were not expected. Stoics care more about how good and moral their deeds are than about what exact results they might bring about. If we don't let our ego get in the way, we can stay calm and make good decisions, whether we win or fail. In an instant, we can gain or lose things that are not our own. In spite of all the chaos in life, Stoics try to keep a steady inner light. You don't see problems and difficulties as too unfair or strange when you know they're going to happen. You develop a mindset that can handle difficulties with ease and flexibility by focusing on what you can control, accepting what is beyond your control, and not getting too attached. Many Stoics believe that equanimity is the highest level of wisdom and trust. Knowing how to be in the present moment with a clear and calm mind is part of it. Indifference, purpose, and serenity are the three pillars that support the Stoic mindset. They show that confidence doesn't come from trying to change the outside world, but from handling our inner world in a fair and skilled way. What does this ancient recipe for mental health mean to you? The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The way we think about adversity can either stop us from moving forward or give us a chance to improve ourselves. A mindset of creativity, hope, and possibility is necessary for turning problems into opportunities. A military training camp is meant to push troops and make them better prepared for real fighting. Even in difficult circumstances, Marcus Aurelius and the Stoics saw hurdles as chances to develop mental resilience, creativity, courage, and leadership abilities. As you face a big task, try to see it as a chance to learn something new that will help you grow. What will your skills, self-control, or wisdom get better if you get through this challenge? Even accidents, sickness, bad relationships, or problems that seem impossible to solve can be used as chances to learn patience, improve problem-solving skills, control your emotions, and figure out how to ask for help. Every task gives you a chance to learn new things and improve the ones you already have. When you face a problem that limits your choices, it can be easy to focus on the doors that are closed and feel helpless, which can lead to depression. Keeping your mind on the choices you can reach right now is one way to deal with the effects of worry. Obstacles only serve to limit what is possible outside of them. However, you always have the power to choose your mood and how you want to react. Think about the choices you have control over when evaluating a challenge. Are you able to get a good result by being patient, polite, trying new things, or letting go of things that don't help anymore? It can be very strong and motivating to try out different ways to react on purpose. Adversity can be turned into a benefit by simply choosing to keep respect and positivity. There is always the chance for a new and exciting possibility behind every task. Without the hard ground to stop it, the rain can't get to the ground. Farmers have used smart gravity-fed ditch systems for a long time to water their crops effectively. They saw that the things that normally keep rain from reaching the crops can be moved so that the rain falls on the fields instead. In the same way, every task we face in life hides a chance to use our untapped potentials and options. By being open-minded, thinking outside the box, and putting in the work, we can find ways to turn problems into chances to grow. The first step in turning problems into chances is to choose to look at problems and failures in a different way. We only see challenges as limiting when we think they are. Which of the Stoic ways of turning problems into chances strikes a chord with you or makes you think? Lesson 2. How to deal with hard people and situations. If you choose not to be hurt, you won't feel hurt. Do not feel hurt. Do not feel hurt. We all meet difficult people and go through bad things in life that can easily make us lose our peace of mind. Conflicts with family, friends, co-workers, or strangers can occasionally catch us off guard and cause feelings of rage, resentment, or hopelessness. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers helpful guidelines for keeping inner tranquility and handling conflicts with others skillfully. Most of the time, our opinions about what we think are wrongs cause us distress, not other people directly making us angry or upset. According to Epictetus, people are upset because of how they think about things, not because of the things themselves. An essential first step is to keep an eye on and control your inner conversation regarding the difficult person or situation. When your mind starts to feel angry or righteous, try to gently talk yourself back to reason. Keep in mind that you are in control of how much someone can affect you. Due to inner pain or frustration that they are unable to control, people who are difficult to deal with frequently act in inappropriate ways. It can help us control our anger to understand and feel the pain that someone else's stupidity causes. While still holding them accountable for their actions, it's important to approach the situation with a positive mindset. In the face of their problems, how would you behave? People who are acting out can choose not to hurt you and keep their inner peace if you understand and relate to them. You have the power to react in ways that ease emotions and help everyone. Figure out what kind of treatment you think is right and what will happen if someone continues to be disrespectful. Make your limits clear without using silent violence or subtle threats. If rules are broken, it's important to be strict, but it's also important to keep the door open for forgiveness if feelings change in the future. Setting clear limits can help keep arguments from happening in the future and make it easier for relationships to grow and heal. We can choose how to react to difficult situations that are out of our control. The Stoics draw a distinct line between what they can control and what is beyond their power. Instead of focusing on what's going on, think about what you can do to make things better, like helping others or finding answers. Before giving up or giving in to sadness or frustration, try all the choices you have. When we take proactive steps, it often makes us more resilient to weather events that are beyond our control and that are uncertain. Maintaining a healthy mindset and making wise choices in every situation are necessary for mastering the art of dealing with difficult people and difficult situations. What are the best Stoic ways to stay calm when life gets hard? When faced with unknown circumstances, worry about how other people will see them, dwell on problems beyond their control, or worry about the future, many people experience anxiety. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, provides practical methods for finding inner tranquility when dealing with anxiety. We can build a strong inner refuge that protects us from overpowering thoughts and emotions by training our opinions, wants, and attention through practice. Because they require us to deal with doubt or threaten our sense of security, external events can occasionally cause anxiety in us. When Stoics think about what they can control right now, they think about their wisdom, resilience, outlook, and what they can do to experience less anxiety. You have full control over how well you can handle problems, even if you don't know what will happen. Giving up your false need to control outside factors actually gives you the power to act wisely. Regularly thinking about the chance of losing your job can help you value the security of having it now. Knowing about possible problems ahead of time can help you get ready for them and boost your confidence in your ability to handle them. By combining negative vision with planning positive answers, you can feel more sure that you can handle any problems that come up. Even when things go badly, this method helps you keep your mind on the things you can control. If you notice that your mind is exaggerating things or drawing broad conclusions from a single bad experience, stop for a moment and ask yourself why you are thinking this way. Remind yourself of the facts that don't support the bad conclusions that your fears are making you come to. To avoid feeling helpless in the face of a situation you can't control, concentrate on the aspects you can. When you think about the things you wish you had done differently or are unsure about the future, it's normal to feel nervous. From the Stoics, we can learn how important it is to keep your attention on the present moment. You can lessen worries about things that are unclear or beyond your control by fully engaging yourself in the present moment. Accepting what is happening right now can make your life better and give you peace of mind. Being aware of the present moment can help you make smarter decisions and enjoy your daily life more. By successfully managing life's difficulties, every moment offers the chance to develop wisdom. People who use Stoic thought training methods can greatly lower their anxiety. These methods help to fix an overstrong need for control, fix distorted thinking, and center attention on what really matters for effective action. In terms of building resilience against anxiety, which Stoic tactics appeal to you the most? Lesson 3. Building Stoic resilience or mental toughness. Stoics don't think that life will be easy. Instead, they work on strengthening their minds all the time so that they can deal with problems in a calm and flexible way. We can develop a strong sense of drive and resilience by incorporating specific daily routines and changes in our mindset. For strong emotional resilience, you need to keep an upbeat attitude when things go wrong. Unavoidable difficulties were viewed by the Stoics as chances for personal development, which boosted mental and emotional resilience. Confidence grows when you take on obstacles and use their pushback to make you stronger. For building resilience, it's important to learn how to see problems as chances to grow as a person. Feelings of anxiety and a lack of ability to move can result from overthinking what might happen in the future or constantly focusing on past mistakes. The Stoics stress how important it is to stay in the present and focus your energy on doing useful things that you can control. Go with the flow and take control of the options that are still within your reach, rather than resisting or avoiding difficulties. Making choices about what to do boosts our sense of empowerment to keep going. For growing resilience, embracing light pain on purpose every once in a while is a great practice. Training in tough weather helps the mind and body get used to doing well in bad conditions. Doing things like going camping without your usual stuff, fasting sometimes, or taking cold showers can help you become more flexible and trust yourself, which will help you do well even when things get tough. When you step outside of your comfort zone, you build resilience and adaptability, which are very important when things get tough. A good way to improve your everyday resilience is to push yourself to your limits. There is a widespread misconception that resilience entails either quickly returning to happiness no matter what, or fully controlling one's emotions. The Stoics, on the other hand, know that bad emotions can help you be more flexible. Having feelings of sadness, anger, or anxiety when you've lost someone or been wronged is normal and healthy. No, this doesn't mean you're not resilient. Forging through pain and discomfort with patience is a key skill for building resilience and getting useful insights. When an object is put under enough stress, cracks can form. Realizing that the people and events in your life right now are only temporary is a part of learning to appreciate them. Why not enjoy how fragile things made from sticks and clay are, instead of not realizing that everyday things can also get broken? By reminding ourselves that we will lose the things we value in the future, we can learn to be thankful for what we have now. In Stoicism, negative vision refers to the practice of repeatedly picturing in clear sensory detail the loss of what matters most. Imagine how terrible it would be if your house caught on fire or a close friend died suddenly. Even though it looks dark, this is very important. It helps us see possible results as options instead of shocks we didn't expect. As a reminder of how temporary people and things are, practicing loss helps us not take them for granted. Try to imagine the food in a bad light before you start eating. Before you take your first bite, give it some thought. For some reason, this makes us more aware of how good our food smells and makes us enjoy having a lot of healthy food, especially since many other people are not as lucky. In the busyness of daily life, we often miss the beauty and comforts around us. Happy and thankful feelings easily come to the surface when you consciously let go of bad thoughts. Imagine thinking about your group of friends and family and picturing them moving far away or suddenly passing away. The current situation makes us deeply realize how important our loved ones are. Without the need for real tragedy, Stoic negative vision aids in clarity. Letting go on a regular basis can help us deal with our feelings of entitlement in our health and relationships. When it comes to things you can't fully control, you can't hold on to any promises. Without a doubt, negative vision can work very well when joined with action. Knowing that nothing lasts forever, it's important to take real steps to value and enjoy what you have. Reduce your use of resources, show your love, thank people who have helped you, and help people in need by giving your time or money. Expect to lose things by embracing the idea of living in the present and realizing that everything changes. Death can happen at any time, and you can't buy a promise that it will last forever. You can fully accept every moment with full presence, no matter how much you're willing to pay. All you have to do is combine negative thought with mindful action. If you can accept that life is unsure, you can enjoy its brief beauty. What is your place in the universe? That's what Lesson 4 of Stoic physics is all about. Modern astronomy and science have found things that are similar to what the Stoics knew hundreds of years ago. They understood that humans are a very small part of a very large world that changes in huge, self-organizing patterns over very long periods of time, far beyond our own concerns. When you accept this correct view of reality, you are free to search for the meaning of life without any spiritual concerns. In order to better understand human matters, Marcus Aurelius talked about the idea of understanding all of life from a single, clear viewpoint. Thinking about how big the world is, how short our lives are, and how things are always being made and destroyed, can help us see our everyday problems in a new light. Whether it's your own mistakes or achievements, other people's views, major public problems, or cash gains or losses, they all have little significance in the big picture of life. Events only have the meanings we give them. We can release any illusions about our own worth by understanding the bigger picture. You shouldn't worry too much about how atoms interact in this particular world of existence, as long as you are gracious in your brief job. Thinking about our place in the world and the reason that appears all around us can help us deal with the stress of wanting to be accepted or make a difference that lasts. The heavenly dance happens naturally, with no one getting in the way. Unimaginably big things depend on unbelievably small things, so balance is important. You should take good care of your yard without trying to control how the plants grow. The parts will be mixed together again so they can be used again, because death is coming. Nothing and no one lasts forever. Now is a great time to take advantage of the important chance to start an exciting trip of new experiences, big and small, before going back to the circle of creation. In the vastness of the night sky, where will a good cause take you? When you're trying hard to meet high standards, you might be hard on yourself, feel stuck, and give up when things don't go as planned. Marcus Aurelius said that people should be humble about their skills and success, and he stressed how important it was to be happy with even small gains. By making goals with less rigidity and being kind and patient with ourselves, we can better deal with frustration, keep our drive at a healthy level, and make steady progress. Pay attention to the small steps of progress and wins that show you're going in the right direction instead of expecting perfect results right away. Enjoy the thrill of hitting important goals without getting down on yourself about the road ahead. Make sure you leave time for changes, breaks, and getting back on track. Trust that growth will happen on its own when you strike a balance between working hard, waiting, and focusing too much on the end result. Instead of only looking at visible results as proof of your time and effort, value the results of your work for what they are worth. Some goods don't show up right away, so don't give up when things don't go as planned because you're eagerly waiting for them to appear. Progress happens easily when you stay calm and true to yourself, not worried about fame or material things. No matter where you are, don't be too hard on yourself for where you are. Just take the next step that feels right. Instead of constantly pursuing achievements, it's important to realize how important it is to stay present in order to experience personal growth. Accept the process and stop trying to be perfect in order to move forward. 5. Facing your fears and accepting your pain. When we always try to avoid things that make us feel nervous or look for the most comfort, it can make us more weak and make us want to run away even more. Stoics fortify themselves when they begin to feel nervous by seeing problems as chances to learn rather than assuming that life is always easy. We can learn from Epictetus's words and stop worrying about things that seem scary or too much for us. Most of the time, the pain that fear causes is worse than the thing that makes people afraid. A lack of motivation and anxiety can weaken your ability to bounce back from problems and take charge of your life. We can become more resilient when we face problems in life, though, if we face our fears in a smart way and get out of our comfort zones more often. First, think about any fears or events you tend to stay away from. Should you avoid these problems instead of facing them with confidence and calm? Is it possible for you to grow by facing them head-on? Next, let's look at places where people can't handle a lot of pain. Do you have more resilience when it's cold? Do you prefer to forego some comforts or look into ideas that make you think that go beyond your own perspectives? Set goals to start with shorter exposures and work your way up to longer ones. Also, when you're dealing with deep-seated fears or discomforts, it's important to be kind to yourself. Don't blame yourself for wanting things to change right away. Instead, keep looking at the situation and finding chances. When you face problems, you might want to think about whether the problems you're trying to solve are really helping you grow or if they're just making you feel bad. There is a big difference between being brave and putting yourself in danger for no reason. It's important to find the right mix between avoiding pain and being too hard on yourself. It is possible to regularly make progress by putting in real work and being patient. As you slowly face and get over your fears and automatic avoidance, celebrate every little win, step by step, introducing yourself to tasks that you can handle. Over time, it gets easier to make bigger steps forward. Facing your inner enemies will set you free in the end. Philosophers like Socrates and Plato were the first to talk about virtue ethics. However, it was the Stoics who turned living a good life into an art. People are encouraged to keep an eye on their thoughts and actions on a regular basis to make sure they are in line with traits like fairness, bravery, balance, and practical wisdom. Core values are the only thing that is good, and they can help you stay safe and not hurt yourself or others. Stoicism aims to assist people in maintaining control over their emotions and making better choices. It becomes very helpful to look at yourself every day. Examine the recent events that elicited strong emotions or strange behavior. Could you have controlled yourself, been more kind, or been more honest? The goal is to stop blaming oneself for mistakes that everyone makes, and instead take responsibility for making moral choices even when things are hard. When things go wrong, it's important to be patient as long as you want to keep getting better. When you're trying to get external achievements and praise, it's important to put keeping your character first. A peaceful conscience, even in the face of problems, is a sign of success. However, staying stable during rough weather requires regular practice when things are going well, which builds a strong base of virtue. With wisdom and resilience, you can handle the trials of life. What can you do today to make your character safer? Lesson 6. How to make a good first impression. People often say that the first image you make is very important and can't be changed. Even if it's not completely true, the first few seconds of meeting someone new are very important for setting the tone for the connection. People naturally make snap decisions about others based on things like how trustworthy, skilled, and friendly they seem. Knowing how important first impressions are can have a big effect on how people see you. You can start making a real and lasting impact before you even say your first word. Without the need for direct conversation, nonverbal cues like body language, facial emotions, cleanliness, and clothing can make someone seem approachable. Remember to smile warmly and keep your stance and eye contact friendly. Show that you're looking forward to a fun exchange by how you act. Prepare some open-ended questions that are aimed at the other person to start a talk. It's very important what you say and ask next. When it's appropriate, share a few interesting facts about yourself without taking over the talk. Francis Bacon, an English philosopher, said that it is better to be a good listener who urges others to speak than someone who is always trying to make their point. Being kind and open-minded means being genuinely interested in other people. Get hold of real praise that you can really give about good traits. You should be able to read and respond to the needs of the talk at the time, instead of sticking to a plan if you want to make a good first impression. Pay close attention to both spoken and unspoken cues, and react to how excited someone is about things that have significance to you. Understanding and respecting other people's points of view can help you connect with them in a good way, even if your views are very different from theirs. Use words that reflect the traits you want to encourage to effectively communicate your real thoughts. When people meet for the first time, they almost never get along without some problems. Don't let your nerves or small mistakes worry you. Stay calm. Quickly gain back your warm confidence by being humble and funny. To know how to make a good first impression, you need to work on both your self-confidence and your speaking skills. Without overthinking what makes you worried or excited about meetings, understanding and embracing your natural worth will help you make real connections. The Stoic philosophers placed a high priority on truthful communication, remaining in control of one's inner turmoil and reducing inner turmoil for both oneself and others. The Stoics believe that expressing beliefs and setting limits requires constantly listening to various points of view with respect. Communication that works well encourages patience, clarity, and knowledge of everyone's needs, which lowers tension. Avoid getting too passionate about a subject before having a difficult talk by using cognitive distance. Always keep in mind that someone's mistakes are likely caused by pain or confusion that goes deeper than their lack of knowledge. Mindfulness can help you avoid reacting with anger. Encourage people to share their points of view openly and ask others to share their thoughts. Allow differences and shared ground to show up. When talking about habits that are a problem, it's better to use clear I words instead of accusing you language. Own up to your feelings without blaming others. Ask the other person how they think the problem could be solved calmly by encouraging open conversation and working together to solve the problem. Solutions can be found that are good for everyone and protect their honor. It's important to be mature about accepting the limits of your impact if other people don't change their minds despite your best efforts. Set clear limits for yourself without using mean or frightening words. If you want to put your own health first, you need to break free from bad habits. We are ready to make peace again in the future, but only if there are clear signs that behavior has changed for the better. When we deal with disagreements honestly, with kindness, and using good sense, they usually get solved and bring us together. The Stoics saw conflicts as worthwhile opportunities to put their ideals into practice. Aligning words with wisdom is an important part of good communication, which can have a big effect on relationships and trustworthiness. What kinds of problems in life can be solved better by following bold Stoic principles? 7th lesson: stop trying to please everyone. When someone is too focused on getting approval from other people, they give up what they really want in order to get approval. Because they don't feel valued for who they really are, this strangely causes inner turmoil and anger. According to the Stoic answer, putting personal values ahead of social rules is very important. To start, slowly become aware of when and what kinds of actions come from wanting praise. People fear being rejected by their peers, so they change how they talk and act to escape being judged. How much do you change your needs to fit the wants and needs of people you want to please or people in power? Unconscious habits that helped you get through tough situations tend to stick around. Bring in a sense of empathy. Make your actions easier by being honest about your real goals and finding real value in what you're doing. Do things that you can enjoy by yourself without needing other people to join in. Get in touch with your inner drives that may have been lost in the chase of approval from others. The significance of needing praise decreases as this inner character grows. Give to others with joy, not because you want something in return or because you think you deserve it. It is very important to learn how to say what you think and set limits in order to stop being mistreated. Consider any criticism as an opportunity to rationally discuss yourself. For your own good, it's okay if some people don't value or care about you. Be sure of what you believe and face disagreements head-on. Being happy comes from speaking and acting in the right way. Even for people who value their freedom, the choice to be interdependent out of care rather than weakness is a simple and clear one. Bring out your inner fire to help people in a group feel like they fit and work toward the same goals. To get rid of the need for praise, find inner satisfaction. Interestingly, real freedom gets respect on its own, without any work on your part. Self-trust is necessary to break free from chains of obedience. When people ask for more than you can give, you can always remove yourself from them. How can you begin bravely embracing your needs? Even when there is evidence of one's skills, imposter syndrome is defined by persistent feelings of inadequacy and incompetence. Fearing that their success is due to luck rather than their own worth, many high achievers frequently deal with mistaken beliefs. They're also afraid of being seen as average. This often happens because people internalized high standards from early settings that showed approval based on conditions. As a way to deal with feelings of not being good enough, the Stoics say to recognize and disagree with bad thoughts. Does someone have to be the best or know everything in order to be excellent? The chances of having several teachers support someone who isn't good at what they do are what? Always keep in mind that people who are watching you probably think better of your skills than you think. Having a list of your successes and comments is helpful to look back on when you start to doubt yourself. At the same time, stop being so focused on specific results. When you're trying to reach complicated goals, you will always have limited knowledge and make poor progress. Making mistakes doesn't mean you'll always fail or that there's something fundamentally wrong with you, as long as you change your methods in a smart way. Don't worry too much about getting approval, just focus on the process. Accept the results that come next and embrace and be proud of your own achievements. It can be helpful to release the grip of pride by realizing how flawed all humans are. Even the people you look up to have fears and learn new things over time. No one is great at everything. Sometimes things are much easier for you than when they scare you. Give yourself permission to keep being yourself as you are. Some facts can be found in feelings of being a fake. Nobody is always a master or has full confidence in everything they do. Negative self-judgment and social comparison, on the other hand, keep us from growing our skills because we are always questioning our qualifications. If you let go of the need to show your basic worth, you can focus on making your own unique accomplishments. Fear may strike you from time to time, but it shouldn't keep you from doing important things. When you share your gifts, everything that is important stays right there. Lesson 8. The Stoics say that teaching mental first aid is like giving drugs, because they thought that building wisdom and resilience would help stop disasters before they happened. No matter how good you are at dealing with life's problems, everyone goes through rough patches emotionally from time to time. Similar to giving first aid until balance is restored, Stoicism offers efficient techniques for dealing with stress quickly. First, notice and name the emotions that come up without judging them or trying to push them down. Pay close attention to the thoughts and feelings that make difficult emotions worse. Instead of resisting, be polite, curious, and compassionate as you approach inner states that you typically avoid. Accept the pain, knowing that it won't last forever, and make plans to live with it without fighting it. Focusing on long exhales while breathing slowly can help wake up the parasympathetic nervous system and stop the fight-or-flight response. Say mantras that make you feel better, like, "This feeling is upsetting but not harmful, and I have the tools to deal with it." When you splash cold water on your face, it affects the vagus nerve right away, which resets your body. After the initial strong experience, pay more attention to the ways of thinking that might be skewing your view in a bad way. Think about whether this statement is entirely true and appropriate for the situation. Look into other possible reasons linked to the situation or misunderstanding to make cognitive confusion less confusing. It is important to forgive yourself and others for any hurt you may have caused by accident. If changes need to be made, think about the chance of making peace. Last but not least, turn your attention to what you can control. Find out more about what sets you off, set healthy boundaries, and quietly state your wants. Either accepting yourself or dealing with the problems head-on will give you a sense of empowerment. The emotional resilience skill taught in this first aid method can help people avoid future emotional breakdowns by teaching them how to handle life better. What works best for going from a state of tension to a state of stillness? Finding your own sense of worth and purpose is important, and good praise alone can't do it. When we really believe in and approve of our own work, it's much easier to deal with criticism or not meeting standards. Start thinking about how important reinforcement is for your self-esteem or safety, and when and from whom you might need it. Why do people frequently fall into the trap of constantly wanting approval and recognition, which can result in actions like people-pleasing, perfectionism, and feelings of anger or sadness when confronted with criticism or a lack of appreciation? What parts don't feel full when extra scaffolding is used? Is it possible to put too much weight on a spiritual void or an early lack that goes beyond the present? Building a better connection with your real self will free you from needing approval from other people. You can find out about your interests, skills, and hobbies without using outside goods or watching demos. Accepting and embracing your beautifully broken humanity will help your self-confidence grow on its own. Letting go of the need to be perfect can help you relax about hitting measures that put machine output ahead of your own growth. Instead of just judging someone's worth or impressiveness, feedback and responsibility are good ways to help them grow. Immerse yourself in groups that care about working together and have important goals. But it's important not to let the thoughts of people who don't share your goals or dedication to reaching your dreams affect you too much. You were born whole. External approval only tells you what other people like and how well your work fits with those tastes. That doesn't mean it says everything about your worth or sense of belonging. You have total control over the basics of who you are and what light is here to do. How are you going to put your inner wealth ahead of your desire for material wealth? The journey inside is full of life's most valuable gifts. One last lesson: the Stoic's faith in his ability to control life with great wisdom. No matter what difficulties we face, the following illuminates time-tested ideas that can help us find inner peace and confidence. Exemplary examples of these ideas come from Epictetus, who lived in slavery, and Nelson Mandela, who saw terrible wrongs. I hope that finding ease and clarity helps you get through hard times. It's important to remember that you have the power to match your thoughts and actions with wisdom, even in the middle of difficult times when the night gets dark and the atmosphere becomes threatening. A solid base that cannot be easily rocked in the face of adversity is provided by building strong character, which is crucial for long-term success. May your beliefs and inner strength stay strong and serve as leading lights through the hard times. Before we say goodbye, it would be great if you could like and subscribe so that more people can learn about how to live a vibrant life. Finally, share this with another learner who could benefit from a dose of fearless tranquility on their journey.